Breaking news tonight.
I think they found her. I really do.
Sickening of what could have happened to her.
We are getting word that human remains may have been found in North Carolina.
Now I just feel broken.
And they called her mom to come out here. That's another reason I think they found her.
And now Emily waits. Is there any hope there that she's alive?
I don't feel it.
Were Zahra's remains dumped in the Muddy Creek bed?
That is the area that Elisa Baker took authorities to several weeks ago.
That's why cops are looking here.
Local stations reporting the discovery of possible human remains. Could they be Zahra's?
Human remains found during a large-scale search on Wednesday. Police won't confirm those remains were found in the area that was cleared. It measures 10 feet across and 2.5 feet deep. We couldn't find any dirt or anything else left behind today.
It gives you cold chills just being here.
For those of you just joining us, human remains have been discovered in the search for 10-year-old Zahra, the little girl that we have looked for now over a month. The little girl that saw the world through the eyes of a cancer survivor, who walked the earth on a prosthetic leg, who tried to fit in. We have pictures of her with little barrettes in her hair and trying to match little outfits so she would be pretty at school. She had hearing aids to hear. Part of her body, according to our sources, has been found. I want to go back to Jean Casares. Jean, many criminologists fear that the big hole with the smaller hole in it, where they actually took the dirt away with them to be analyzed at the crime lab, many people feared that may have been Zahra's head.
You know, Nancy, it's tough to think about, it's tough to talk about, but we have to look at the facts. This is the area that yesterday had been cordoned off. Media couldn't get anywhere near it. It became a no-fly zone. The medical examiner arrived at the scene, and this hole, 30 feet wide, 2.5 feet deep, was 10 feet from that creek we heard that those divers were in yesterday, and about 25 feet from the paved road.
With me right now out of Miami, Mark Class, president and founder of Class Kids Foundation. Mark, weigh in.
Well, this is so brutal. You know, Elisa Baker has always said, the police know where she is. She's not missing. Elisa Baker led them to this location. Now, Nancy, the majority of kids that are murdered are located within 5 miles of their home. And I know that this wasn't near Zahra's home, but this was near one of Elisa's older homes. And I think the reason this is significant, there's many reasons, but remember, her father said that he last saw her at 2:30 in the morning. And then at 5:30 in the morning, there was a fire in the front yard. So if what he was saying is true, then Elisa would have had 3 hours to murder and dispose of the little girl, get back, and set that fake fire. And if she were going to do that in pitch black, she would have needed to go to a place that she was familiar with. And we are most familiar with places near where we live.
You know, though, to you, Pat Brown, I usually agree with everything Class says, but I don't see a female digging this hole. I mean, come on, you and I know the statistics. We've both studied methods and assessment of homicide and suicide, and you very rarely, you do see it, but you very rarely see women digging holes to get rid of a body.
That is true. I think they were together on that part of it. What I believe happened is she was highly neglected and severely abused, which is why they had to dismember her. And I believe they started with that wood chipper, maybe did something with the limbs, but then they got to the torso and the head and couldn't do it. So they went there to distribute things and to bury the rest. Horrible, sad case, but she was definitely abused. She did not die naturally.
Thank goodness tonight they're not showing all those snippets and that they were showing to do the drama on this show. At least it's been more respectful.